Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and today we're going to take a look at the Xiaomi 1080p Dafang Smart Wi-Fi camera. What a mouthful. Okay, so today we're going to take a look at the Xiaomi Dafang 1080p smart camera. That's a bit of a mouthful. So from now on I'm just going to call it the Xiaomi camera. I think, yeah, Xiaomi camera is what I'm going to call it. So this is the box. Now, as you can possibly make out, you may not be able to, but I'll do some close-ups after. Pretty much everything on this box is in Chinese. So for a start, if you're interested in buying one of these, it is very, very, very cheap for a 1080p smart security camera or surveillance camera or whatever you want to call it. The downside of it being extremely cheap is it's not really designed to be used outside of Chinese territories. At least that's what it seems like. All of the instructions and everything inside the packaging is in Chinese. And as far as I'm aware, even the the vocal instructions that come from this camera when you're setting it up are also in Chinese. So this isn't for the faint-hearted, but if you want to grab yourself an amazing bargain and a great camera at a ridiculously low price, these are about £20 in the UK. So I guess you're looking around about $25 to $30 in America, and probably a little bit more if you're in Canada. But I'll put links and some more items about the description in the comments section below. So there'll be links to this from GearBest, which is where this particular one's come from. And also, obviously, with GearBest, you do get free shipping. It does take a little while. You can pay extra through DHL or priority shipping, and you get it a little bit quicker. But the price is shown is including the free shipping. So take that into account. Okay, so let's open the box and see what we get for our money. So there's the camera itself, and you can see it's covered in a protective film. So you've got protective film over the camera lens and all around the outside of the body to prevent it from scratches, I guess, in transit. So let's peel that off straight away. And we don't want that anymore. And let's peel the one off the lens as well. I would say being careful not to scratch the lens, but actually this lens has got a what they call a 4X glass protection on it. So whether it's 4 layers of glass or whatever, I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, most of the instructions as they're known are in Chinese, so I haven't got a clue. Oh, there's another bit of protective film on there. So this whole thing actually is in a kind of, it's a kind of like a satin matte finish, which is quite nice. It's quite a large unit, but it feels quite sturdy. A lot of electronics inside there. Just have a look. Let's have a quick look around what we've got here. So on the front, you've got your infrared emitter for nighttime use. There's also a small pinhole in there, which is for audio. And now actually this has got two-way audio. So when it's set up, in theory, you should be able to have a two-way conversation with somebody. So say for instance, you've got the app on your phone and you're out at work or whatever, and your other half or whatever is at home, you can have a two-way conversation with them through the camera. So if you're not sure where they are or they're not picking up their phone, have a look on your web camera, your surveillance camera, and see where they are, and you can track them down and shout at them through this, which is quite fun. Anyway, I digress. So also on the bottom there is a microphone pickup again. You've also got a SD card slot, micro SD card slot, so you can actually record footage from triggers or whatever and store it directly on here on the SD card, which is also good. So if for any reason the app goes down, this will carry on running and keep on recording. There's also a like a reset button under there, which also acts as a setup button. I'll go into that more in detail later. So the camera you've got on the front obviously is on a gimbal, so it'll go up and down, left and right. So not only does it spin round on its base, the actual camera is movable as well. So if you set it up somewhere, say for instance in the middle of a room, you can look all the way around the room, up, down, left, right. So you don't have to worry too much about the placement of this, because the lens and the glass is actually really flexible, so you can put it pretty much wherever you want. Anyway, I'm digressing. So on the side, nothing on that side. On the back, You've got the output for the speaker, and also I guess that's ventilation for the electronics. There's also a USB port, so you can record your footage to USB if you don't have a micro SD inserted in the base. But I think having a USB stick in the back of there is probably going to look a little bit weird sticking out, unless you get one of the mini ones. Probably better off using a micro SD. Moving around onto the bottom, so you've got an ABS non-slip pad on there, so put it somewhere, it's going to stay pretty stable and not going to go anywhere. There's also actually a 1/4 inch thread on there, so you could actually mount it to a Gorilla Pod type device, or some kind of, I don't know, on top of a camera, tripod, that kind of thing, whatever floats your boat. But anyway, so that is the camera itself. Let's have a look to see what else we get in the box. Now actually, if you can see the stuff over here, this is my just in case. Now this is a UK power plug, just in case this only comes with a Chinese power plug, which during some of the reviews that I've looked at this, some of them only came with a Chinese plug, not a UK plug, so that's just in case. And also there I've got my SD cards for putting into the back to record the footage. In actual fact, I'll put that in now. I haven't got fingernails, so it's not going in far enough, so it's like a little toggle release. There we go. So that's the card stuck in the base. So, what else do we get? Right, instruction pamphlet, which is pretty much entirely in Chinese, although I know there is one word in English which says setup. Not very useful. So we'll put that to one side for now, see what else we get in this box. There's our power plug, so that is a 5 volt 2 amp I believe. Really should wear my glasses when doing these reviews. Yeah, 5 volts, 2000 milliamps, so you can use a mobile phone charger, that kind of thing for it. As long as it gives out 2 amps, you're good to go. So nothing else in there. No, that's all fixed in place. So what we got at this end. Now there's our micro USB cable for connecting up. And there's nothing else in there. Now what you can do if you're getting one of these is the best thing to do is to download the app in advance, get it all set up. Now it's pretty simple to do, just go to the Google Store or the Apple Store or wherever you want to go. I think it works on Apple, I'll have to check on that. I only know it definitely supports Android. It may support Apple, I'll look it up and I'll put that in the comments below. So if you're unsure, like I am, have a look and you can find out. So what was I saying? Yeah, go into the App Store or the Google Play Store, and there is an app which I will show you now, which is the Mi Home app. And basically that's the app you want, that's what it looks like. So that's the Mi Home app, and you just need to install that and set up your details. So I've already done that, so we don't have to worry about that, because I don't want to bore you to death with me putting in my username and password and getting a verification email. We haven't got time for that kind of thing. So let's get this thing powered up. So this is the power cable that comes with it, which looks like quite a long cable actually. So that's about 5 foot, 6 foot, somewhere like that. Obviously this is just a flat USB or micro USB cable. So if you wanted to make this a little bit further away from your power source, you can just buy yourself a longer cable. So it's quite flexible in that respect. Okay, so we've got the power plug plugged in, just got to put this into the back, and now we wait. Is there any LEDs on? Or was that not plugged in? Wasn't plugged in far enough. Right, it's got a little orange LED on the front now, so that's good. Right, let's go onto the app and see if we can get this thing set up. I guess that's on. Okay, so we've got to go to the app now. We're going to add a device, and at the top you've got an option for add camera products, which I believe it is. And the third one along at the top is the Xiaomi Mi Dafang smart thingy camera. It says plug in the device and follow the manual to operate. So connect the camera to the power outlet and wait for 15 seconds until the yellow light flashes. Press the setup button for 3 seconds until you hear a voice. Wait for connection. Wait until you hear a voice prompt. Okay, so showing you on the bottom. See, that don't even look like the same camera. Nope, sorry, it's the second one across. I lied. Right, so this is exactly the same, but it's just saying. So plug in the device, and then you've got to press the kind of reset button on the bottom. Yeah, press the setup button for 3 seconds and wait until you hear a voice saying waiting for connection. So let's try that. Okay, orange lights flashing and she said something. So okay, I think we've got a voice prompt. So now it's asking what network do you want to connect to. So we'll stick in the network and the password. Actually, here's my other one. If somebody could translate that for me, that would be great. So now it says scan the QR code with the camera. So I guess I've got to scan it until it says scanned successfully, but I'm not going to know what she said. So. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's worked. Now you see it? No, you don't. I think that's worked. Right, so I'm going to assume that that was scanned correctly. Oh, it's doing something. Now, while this counting through and doing its whatever it's doing, synchronizing or something, just some things to remember if you are setting one of these up. Okay, just something to remember, if you're getting one of these, it's not designed to work outside of mainland China, so when you're setting up the app for the first time, make sure you select mainland China. You can tell it to use English in the menus, but you have to tell it to use mainland China, yeah, otherwise it won't work properly, apparently. So that says it's connected successfully, so it says select the device's location. Now I'm going to end up using this in the living room, so I'm going to choose living room from the menus there. It says you can create a shortcut, so I guess that's for the desktop, so we'll do that. And there we go. In the living room, you can see there is my Xiaomi Dafang smart camera thing. Okay, so let's click on it and see what we can see. Again, that is a bit of a problem with this. Most of the app is actually in English, but some of it is a little bit quirky. So, but then again, this smart IP camera, whatever you want to call it, it's like £20, whereas the equivalent Hive version of that for the Hive system I've got here in house is like £150. So I could get 7 of these around the house and still have change for a pint and some chips, or have one camera. Seems a bit of a odd thing. Don't know why there's such a big discrepancy in price. Alright, so now I've got to agree to the terms of use, so I'm going to click agree. And it's connecting, and there we go. So you can see on there, you can see the view of the studio currently. I don't know if you can make that on the camera. Is there too much reflection on that? Let's see if I can spin it around. So now, as you can see, I don't know if you can see it there, is that transferred sideways? Well, actually, if I click on that, yeah, there we go. So there is a full screen version. I don't know if I've just moved out of the way of it. So there we go, that's looking pretty good. So that's supposedly a 1080p feed. So that's quite impressive. So again, with the camera, you can do all sorts of things. You can spin it round, all the way around, and you can track things and what have you. So let's go back into the main menu. Actually, that's a really good. What are we doing low? Let's go back. Oh, this is going to be hours of fun playing around with this. So I've got the app set up and got everything tested. Now you can do two-way conversations and stuff like that with this. You can spin it around, you can do all sorts of things with it. So I'm going to get it set up into the living room, and then we're going to get some more footage. So if you want to see the follow-on video to this, click up here, or is that here? It's one of those sides. Click on the link and you can see the follow-up video, and I'll give you some idea of what the footage is like, get you some samples for day and night, and get some motion capture and all that kind of thing and all that good stuff. But at the moment, as far as I can tell, compared with my D-Link cameras, the footage on here is absolutely fantastic and it's really clear. So I'm currently recording on the SD card, I believe, at the moment, so I'll include some of that footage here, which will be up here somewhere, which you've probably already seen by now because this is the past tense. Yeah, you'd have seen it already. So hopefully the footage is good and you've enjoyed it. And like I say, if you want to get one of these great little cameras, go to gearbest.com and follow the links in the description below and you get these. And if you ask me nicely, I might even send you a discount coupon code. But hit me up in the comments. I've been Mike, this is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To. This has been the Xiaomi Dafang Smart IP Surveillance Camera, available from Gearbest, and we'll see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching.